Where is Rohan? I told that Barnacle the engineers were letting us take the new cannon for a test. The 12 know when the mood next will strike those hugger-muggers. Probably over at the crypt again. Morbid, I call it. I like a good wallow now and then, but he broods on dead folk he didn't even know. You go fetch Rohan. I'd be liable to profane the lich yard by beating him about his thick head with that big stone hourglass. Ah, there I go again, blaspheming the keeper. Not that I much cared for that Ponzi. And that's probably another bit of dominating. Here, take these flowers. Rohan's at the founder's crypts. Give him the pretties for the dead. That'll clear my slate with the gods. I like to work up a bit of sweat. Better than shedding tears and mooning about lich yards, I say. What's the matter? You missed a meal? I got good news. Supper's fresh fish and you're catching it. Rest in the peace of the 12, Arkamar. White 6 petaled flowers with bright orange-yellow centers. Ah, you bring flowers. Come, no need to be shy. There's plenty of space. Small in life, he who sleeps here is large in death. I've wondered, Agramar, if you was frightened. A man usually is in battle. Think I've fought enough to say so. But if I was to know, like you did, that there was no living left, would that be more afeared or less? You'd never know now that there was a hamlet here, would ya? Halfstone 'twas called, built on the sweat of near 10 score brows, and put to the Sahagan's torch. The settlers fought, aye, and how, with not a trained soldier among them. Agramar was one of those, a farmer by trade. He stayed behind to cover the final retreat, asking for as many arrows as could be spared. Then he took off his boots and gave them to another, saying it wasn't far where he was going, and there he lies now. Time was, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine doing what he did. You don't hold fast too much in a privateer's life. No pirate's captain's going down with her ship, and any captain who looks to loyalty more than gold is liable to have his throat slit. But now, I got to be better than that, don't I? I got to be more like Argrim. I think I pronounce that name a little different every time. An adventurer, you say? Seems a shame for you to come all the way out here without more to show for it. How about a bit of Vilekin hunting? There's a few killer mantises about on account of a hatching we missed. The commander sent out hunting parties and collected 10 and 6 heads. Not 16? 10 and 6, that's how we roll in this game. There's no more than 20 in the clutch. Think you can handle the last 4? Nasty critters, those killer mantises. I'm sure Argrim wouldn't wanted anyone dying near his resting place. Good hunting, adventurer. Tsk. See now how high the sun climbs. It's time I return to the gate. Ariluf said we'd be testing a new cannon. Like to blow himself to bits without me about. You can collect your pay from Commander Falk Brida at Skullcamp Valley. Be well, adventurer. 12 go with ya. Ah, Monegate, you've become a familiar face about these parts. What brings you here today? The rest of the killer mantises? Well done, and I must commend Sergeant Rohan for his quick thinking. You have the thanks of this camp. Sometimes I fear that we will lose the war against the Sahagin for having to deal with pests and beasts. I hear you're leaving us, Monegate. News travels fast in an encampment. Mayhap you can assist us one last time on your journey out. I have a dispatch here from Maelstrom Command, from Commodore Rayner of the Yellow Jackets. We have been investigating the Satasha Sea Grotto on their orders, but it seems they have taken on an adventurer of excellent repute and pleasing manner. The Commodore rides to complete the work. Now if you... Yes? Ha! 'Tis you he speaks of? Well, of course. Camp Skull Valley would be glad to add to the burnish of your repute. You have carried out your commissions admirably well. Commodore Rayner and many others in command are of the same mind as I, that we have spread our forces too thin with these tests. I'm all too happy to withdraw our men from the caves, truth be told. Chief Sergeant Scatologist is the ranking officer at the Satasha Sea Grot. Locate him and tell him that his mission is complete, and he is ordered to report back to Skull Valley. Halt, adventurer. Do you mean to enter the Satasha Sea Grot? I would advise against it. You'll likely perish in the labyrinthine depth. Trust me, were it not for sheer strength of will, I'd not be standing here. What am I doing out here, you ask? This is a comely spot for strategizing, I find. Far better than the labyrinthine depths of the cave. In there, none shall hear you scream, particularly since everybody else has been reassigned. Me as well, you say? Back to Camp Skull Valley and away from the labyrinthine depth of that hellhole? Most excellent. I have my principles, and would willingly have sacrificed my life for the mission, but I am not grieved to see that prospect to you, and bid this grot good day. My place is at the fort or the battlefield, not crawling around the dank cave with coils of rope and sheaves of paper, fearing I shall never see the light of day again. I warn you, friend, there is much danger in those depths. It is, what is the word? Labyrinthine, I tell you. Yeah, but how do you pronounce it? Do you mean to enter the sea grot? Marvelous, just bear in mind though, if you perish in its labyrinthine depths, no one will come for your bones. Maybe one is British and one is American? Hopefully. Otherwise 50% is wrong. I just died in 6 arms tonight. It is believed most crabs only live for 2 or 3 years, fewer if nearby Nominsters are hungry. There is one crab, however, that is rumored to have survived since the 5th astral era, surviving on the blood of men, though no one can fully truly back that claim. All things must die, and old 6 arms time has come. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Satasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we have here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north. Once more, report to the Yellow Jacket scout at the mouth of the Satasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. This is new. I don't recall this being a thing. Not gonna read that. I have done the Hall of the Novice multiple times. Probably at least 10 times, I think. And we're back. We're going to do all the training missions, and we're going to do that in a montage. Hours approaching to give it your best, and you've got to reach your prime. That's when you need to put yourself to the test and show us a passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Oh, it takes a montage. Show a lot of things happening at once. Remind everyone of what's going on. What's going on? Every new shot shows a little improvement. To show it all would take too long. That's called a montage. Oh, we want a montage. In anything that you want to go. From just a beginner to a pro, you need a montage. Even Rocky had a montage.